It's the Drunk Turkey Show.
Well, we got some breaking news. Y'all sorry about that.
Sure.
This is something that we've been covering. It's coming out of Texas and Mexico. It's the have you guys heard about the Mexican cartel that kidnapped
Absolutely.
the Americans? Well,
Yeah.
apparently it was, and it's been speculated that it was a mistaken identity. Apparently, so it was. Mexican cartel apologized for the kidnapping and turned over 5 men. It claims that were responsible with an apology note to America, basically. We'll read this. This comes from USA Today. A Mexican drug cartel claiming its members were behind the brazen kidnapping of 4 Americans last week handed over 5 of its members and left a note of apology. Mexican media outlets, the Associated Press, reported Thursday. Photos circulating on the social media show 5 men on the pavement with their hands tied, 4 of them shirtless in front of a pickup truck, which has a handwritten letter of apology on the windshield. The AP reported obtaining a copy of the letter from the law enforcement source in Blue. What word is that? Can you see it?
Tamaulipas.
Tamaulipas, the Mexican state where the American travelers were attacked. 2 of them lives were taken. Another was wounded in the shooting Friday shortly after arriving to the border city of Matamoros for the cosmetic surgery. So, this isn't something that's uncommon when, cartels do something. They've been known to do things like this. I'll give a brief story without giving any names just because I don't want any problems with anybody from the cartels. But I knew a situation at one time where this cartel member assaulted somebody else and attempted to kidnap this person and shone light on what they were doing. Apparently, they were running drugs for the most part. It was a very low-level cartel member. Wasn't anybody up top, just a drug runner. And he let it get to his head that he was part of the cartel, and he ended up getting arrested for this. And when he ended up getting bonded out, the cartel took care of him, and I'll leave it at that as far as that goes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't leave the 5 bodies in the back of the truck.
I'm
They left them
surprised
alive.
Yeah,
And that's not the way they normally do things.
exactly. Blue. That's
That was,
100% true.
They normally
Yeah,
don't
they
want
keep
them to talk,
thinking
so
of
they leave the bodies behind, not the
Right.
voices.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But I mean, I'd heard originally, I believe, wasn't the mistaken identity that they believed they may have been Haitian drug dealers?
Haitian human traffickers.
Human traffickers, okay.
Right.
So when I saw the picture of the vehicle, the van that they were driving in, my first instinct was that the deceased, the 2 that were deceased, probably were deceased right then and there, and then loaded onto the back of that truck, probably already deceased. But I guess we'll find out.
Oh yeah, I mean,
sad.
we
Just sad.
in the U.S. get a bunch of clips of the videos that what really happened, but in Mexico you get the actual videos, and it's pretty gruesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the street
Yeah.
wars and stuff like that. I mean, you just see people going down in the middle of streets, in the middle of restaurants. Just
Hey, Blue, maybe you remember this. Wasn't there a mayor of one city that they kept having to redo the election because the mayor kept getting taken out? The new mayor?
yeah, it was a mayor. Yeah, and it was a new mayor, and the one that ended up lasting like the most. It was like a 15-year-old girl. I think she ended up being there for like maybe 8 months before they killed her because nobody else wanted to be the mayor.
Yeah. And then they make an example. Like it's not just usually like Blue says. There's usually more to it. I had heard a story that I know to be very true of a guy who was involved. Now, I'm not sure if he was involved in cartels or which cartel or any of those things, but he was involved in drugs and things like that. And he had a lot of tattoos all over his body. And a lot of his tattoos were identifying marks like his birthday, his address, like things of that nature. And one day they found him with only from the shoulders down is where they found him. And so they used those tattoos to identify who he was. And they found the rest of them on his mom's car.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
That's the first time I've not regretted my tramp stamp.
yeah, there's an identifier right there. Nah, man, that's those were some of the things that I had seen and heard, and living in Texas near the border, there's a lot of stories that come across, and then like Blue says, when you get the Mexican newspapers, there's no holding back, like whatsoever. And it's not even just like incidences that deal with the cartels. It can be anything. There was a situation one time. There was some it was some Air Force guys that went off from base, went over to Mexico to go party, and drinking and drive, and rolled over. And the pictures that they showed were very graphic on the thing. Jaime comes in saying the only turned them over because they're fall guys. Cartel owns the prisons. Plus, they probably don't want the attention from our government. 100%. It's usually why they take care of it. They don't want the attention. So when somebody gets the attention from, whether it's police or law enforcement or government, they'll take care of them, and they'll hand them over. We have the actual letter from. I'm going to add this real quick into the show real quick. So for everybody that left real fast, sorry. It says, we've decided to turn over those who are directly involved and responsible in the events and times acted on their own decision making and lack of discipline. And I'll show that to you guys. This is the letter that was, it's in Spanish, obviously. It's Cartel del Golfo, Grupo, basically the Scorpion group. And
Scorpions?
Yeah, they're the Scorpion group of the Cartel of the Gulf. Right, Blue? Is that correct?
El cartel del Golfo, Grupo Escorpiones, revolver inmediatamente los hechos del día viernes 3 de marzo pasado, en donde desafortunadamente.
Hey, well, speaking in English, bro. Nobody knows what you're saying.
I gotta read in Spanish. I can understand it myself.
You're turning me on, Blue. You're turning me on with that.
Like, I don't know what you're saying. I can read it a little
They're
bit.
saying unfortunately that on the March 3rd that they're turning over the people that were, I guess, responsible for the 2 deaths and the 4 abductees.
That's insane. We'll have this translated, and we'll be putting this up in an alternate video.
Yeah,
they were from South Carolina. They were, because I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they were, so I think they had North Carolina plates.
Yeah,
but
they rented the van over there.
Yeah.
But I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Catch y'all later. We'll see you guys tomorrow. What's that?
Yeah, and we're gonna do a live tonight on the Delphi and Kagan Klein on the It's a Crime and Shame channel. And we'll talk about some other cases, but we're going to go over the Kagan Klein thing. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Big Blue,
thank you.
Daniel, Jaime, Adam, thank you guys, and everyone that's watching and chat.
Thank you guys for inviting us.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Y'all have a good one. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Take care.
It's the Drunk Turkey Show.